brought out onto the stage like gladiators a while ago. And there's the front row of the grid with Bortolotti and Tim ahead of Feller and Gunon. Van der Linde starts 5th. Luca Engsler alongside him. Franck Pereira and Lucas Auer on the 4th row of the grid. And then the Ferrari pair of Jack Aitken and Thierry Vermeulen. René Rast and Ayhan Nguyen start on the 6th row. Thomas Priding and Clement Schmidt on row 7. Row 8, it's Maro Engel with work to do from 15th on the grid. Arjun Maini for company, and then Sheldon van der Linde and Max Powell on the penultimate row of the grid, the last row of the grid. The championship decider here at Hockenheim is go. We get underway, and Mirko Bortolotti leads the charge then on the way into turn 1. Right behind him, Nicky Tim, side by side for 3rd place. Ricardo Feller just about 3rd at the moment, way out wide. Goes the black Mercedes of Jules Gunon, trying to hang on to the position, but Bortolotti with a perfect start here. What about Kelvin van der Linde? Well, Luca Engsler's made a great start. He is tucking in front as well. And Lucas Auer looks like he's made a pretty good start as well. So Engsler up into 4th place. Somehow Jules Gunon has only lost 1 place, so he's there in 5th position. And a couple of places lost, I think, for Kelvin van der Linde. Onto the grass has gone the Lamborghini of Franck Pereira, which has gone out wide, almost like we saw with Ricardo Feller yesterday, as they come down into the Spitzkehrer for the first time in the race, side by side here. A 2nd place, Ricardo Feller trying to go around the outside of Nicky Tim. That's not going to happen. Nicky makes that very wide. That Lamborghini is head up towards the right-hander at turn 7. Feller next up, but a nice big gap developing. Thomas Priding now going side by side with the BMW of Van der Linde. Van der Linde trying to go around the outside. Right behind him with the onboard camera is Maro Engel. Onto the grass almost goes Sheldon van der Linde. He's up the inside now of Thomas Priding on the way to the Sachs Curva and will gain a place. The 2022 champion Pereira already onto the back of the pack now, onto the back of the final car in the pack, which is Ben Durr's McLaren. So end of lap 1, Mirko Bortolotti leading. He would quite like Nicky Tim to be 2nd, but be as slow as possible to hold everybody up. Battling going on further back with Maro Engel and Sheldon van der Linde absolutely nailing each other coming out of the last turn. Clement Schmidt going around the outside, or trying to go around the outside of the British driver. He's been complaining that the Ferrari has lacked a bit of top-end speed. Jack Aitken, they've been struggling with the setup of the car in the rear.
The top 10 doing very well despite the aerodynamic aid. Now, I dare say the gaffer tape, or we've got a new bumper that we're going to put on it. Whatever it is going to drop him a long way down the order. Of course, this will not count as his mandatory pit stops. He'll have to come in again when the pit window opens. But it's all looking a little bit terminal for the number 90 car.
Had a chat with him, welcomed into the DTM. Asked if he was enjoying it. He said, yeah, I really am. He said, you know, I'm used to sharing a car, and this is great because I can set the car up for me and me only. You have to compromise in endurance racing where you share the car with another driver. He says, I hate understeer, and quite often I have to deal with understeer because the car isn't set up to me. I'm loving this. And I said, well, you did a mega job in qualifying to be 4th on the grid. His race engineer said, no, he didn't, because he didn't get green sectors in all 3 sectors.
Drivers need to not be exceeding track limits there, but turns 16 and 17, well, that's self-policing. You go wide there as Marco Wittmann goes wide onto the grass. The McLaren going past him of Clement Schmidt, while he stays in front of him. Max Powell in 15th place. Having another look here into turn 1. Marco Wittmann onto the inside and challenged Clement Schmidt for that 13th place, and now he's on team radio.
I mean, let me be a penalty for speed. They pushed me off to hit P3.
Good. We saw a 5.9 second pit stop yesterday for Tubert Motorsport and for Sheldon van der Linde, the quickest of the year, and a 6th dead pit stop for Maro Engel as well. So Kelvin van der Linde, he's dropped off the jacks, a bit slow away, tucks back in behind Thierry Vermeulen, right underneath. Not expecting any help. Oh, this was the, well, that was a 1 McLaren going wide. This is a replay, just how tight it was coming out of the pits there. Vermeulen only just ahead of Kelvin, and Kelvin only just ahead of his brother Sheldon. So tight that. And that was because Schubert did a better pit stop than both of them. 7.49 seconds, 7.8 seconds for Kelvin van der Linde, which is why he's a bit closer than he was before. Sheldon van der Linde, though, is about to go and try and go around the outside of both of them, including his brother here, but he's got 0 grip. The tyre's not yet up to temperature, no tyre warmers. Van der Linde Senior is trying to go around the outside of the Ferrari of Thierry Vermeulen. They're absolutely together here, lights ablaze. 3 do not fit into 1 normally, so let's see who comes out of this. Lewis on top. This is a real key phase here. Kelvin van der Linde needs to try and get through. He's got his brother just ahead of him in the middle of the picture there. To the right of your picture is the Ferrari, and at the inside, Sheldon van der Linde has got now his brother Kelvin trying to come at him, but the BMW stays just ahead of the Audi. Now the Ferrari tries to flick back. Bortolotti and Tim stay out. Fella stays out. Exler stays out, but from 5th place, Lucas Auer now comes in, changes the rears, changes the fronts. Winward only 2 points behind Manthey team in terms of the pit stop challenge this year. So can they get the fastest pit stop?
Thomas Priding's engineer, when he came in, just very calm, very collected, no panicking. Remind me of the last time I went to the dentist, actually. It was just, let's sit back, get on with it, this is all fine. And something similar will be happening with Mauro Engel as he comes in. The crew get to work on the car, rear wheels first, as is in the rules, and then the front wheels second. That's a good start, but it's slow getting going, wasn't he? He lights the tyres up eventually, but out into the fast lane comes Mauro Engel for Team Winward.
So they're going to get the 3 points. At the moment, Manthey will get 2 points, and I reckon Manthey will win the pit stop challenge by 1 point. As it stands now, Priding on warmed-up tyres goes around the outside of Mauro Engel, but Mauro Engel on cold tyres understeers straight down deep into the corner. He's got no grip, and he's off the track completely. He was trying to defend the position. He's got to give it everything. You can't blame him for trying to make that corner. But 7th place from number 3rd place in the number 7 car. Get your numbers right, Chris. The rears change, the fronts change, off he goes. That looked like a pretty decent stop for the Alps Sportsline team as well. It was 7.5 seconds for Riccardo Fella. Tyres already up to temperature. What's this? A replay of Riccardo Fella completely missing the corner there as he understeers off. That's going through the Sachs curve on cold tyres at the end of his first lap. So Priding and Auer got past him as well. I also noticed behind, Arjun Maini got ahead of Thierry Vermeulen. This is it then. Mirko Bortolotti, championship leader, race leader, final pit stop. SSR Performance, they take a breath and just focus on the job ahead now. The most important 7 or 8 seconds of the season for these guys. They've got to get it all right. In he comes. Stops on the mark. The rears come off. Slick. Swift. Nicely done. Fronts on. No dramas today. Spins up the wheels. And away he goes. That was nice. 6.9 seconds for SSR Performance. He'll take that every day of the week. And they celebrate as if they've won the World Championship.
They were putting sticker tyres on, and the two collided and just wasted a few valuable fractions of seconds.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible. It's 7.8 seconds, and they've been in and around usually the 7.5 second mark at AB this year. You get a replay now of this excellent pit stop from Grasser Racing, which helped Luca to jump himself up the order. Oh, wasn't that excellent?
Yeah.
Slightly missed the
BMW. So you can see Luca Engster challenging to the inside of Mirko Bortolotti. So great stuff there from Luca Engster, whose tyres were up to temperature.
Yeah, now he's the leading pit stopper. He's effectively just got the lead of the race. As I say, he'd already dispatched pretty time. And this explains it. That's what happened to him. Nicky Tim did what Riccardo Fella did when tumbling through the gravel trap. So both of them have dropped down. Tim is 6th net and Fella is 7th, and they were 2nd and 3rd. So not able to handle the tyres, the cold tyres. Nicky Tim still understeering here, isn't he? And Riccardo Fella trying to get nimbly up the inside of him in the Audi, but can't quite find a way through at this point as they make their way through the final sector. Situation, just kind of one-word questions now with Mirko Bortolotti. Such is the focus, because yes, he's well up front, yes, he's well clear, but you try driving something that's got over 500 brake horsepower at these speeds for an hour plus. You cannot get one thing wrong in one corner. It's so easy to lose it. So he's in a great position, but he's still going to remain utterly focused, doesn't he?
And keeping the concentration is so important. Just a lack of concentration, and you could throw it all away and be in the gravel trap. But he's not prone to doing that. But Luca Engster up ahead of him, man on a mission. He was the quickest man a couple of laps ago, 1:38.066. But really very, very quick is Luca Engster, who will be the net leader once Marco Wittmann has been in for his stop. Jack Aitken is all done and dusted. You can see how slow the car is when the tyres are cold. It takes a while to get the heat into the tyres, and he has to lose a couple of places as a result.
Yeah, Maini and Vermeulen both just drive around the outside of the Ferrari.
Lots of fighting further back as well. Mauro Engel to the inside of Marco Wittmann. So Engel moving up towards 10th place.
Yeah, and after he overshot the hairpin on cold tyres, He's found a way back past Sheldon van der Linde. Kelvin van der Linde in 12th. That's why Jules Gurnon has just dropped out the order. He got a rather large thud on the shoulder from Nicky Tim. Let's see what Jules thought about that. How many races you win, it matters who wins the championship. And second place is way more than enough for the championship at the moment as Sheldon van der Linde, Maro Engel and Marco Wittmann go to battle, and Wittmann splits them. So he gets ahead. Sheldon van der Linde is ragged coming out of the Mobile 1 curve. Quicker than him, so he's not really getting anywhere. He feel like treading in mud at the moment, and there we've got Marco Wittmann drawing alongside and then moving past his teammate Sheldon van der Linde. And we got slightly fresher tyres on the car.
The 1-2-3 is compressing still as we enter the last 5 minutes of the season. Nicky Tim trying to come back, and he is on the outside of Ricardo Feller. Ricardo Feller challenging for the 6th place. So the two cars are running absolutely level. So it's Feller the one trying to move forwards past Nicky Tim. Nice wide line into turns 16 and 17. Don't go anywhere once the flag. Keep watching.
Yeah, that's not the kind you eat, by the way.
No.
It's the kind that fills the air with smoke. Yeah.
Right now, Nicky Tim to the inside. Marco Wittmann trying to follow through on his shirt tails. That was at the hairpin, that was. So Nicky Tim once again sailing deep into the corner. Now Ricardo Feller strong into turn 8. He's going to try and come back. But now Marco Wittmann fancies getting involved in the action as well. This is for 6th place.
Yeah, and ahead, Thomas Preining has been shadowed, a bit like Kelvin van der Linde was yesterday, all the way through the second half of the race by Lucas Ari. Cannot fend him off. The two Austrians together in 4th and 5th, just ahead of this battle, with now Marco Wittmann going for the move and squeezing through all the way into the Mobile 1 curve. But Ricardo Feller, he's not going to give up. He holds the car on the inside just about by ragging it over the curbs and into the Sachs curve of the Audi, just about stays ahead. And dramatic, thrilling, magical. That is the DTM, and Mirko Bortolotti has been all of those things. Luca Engstler has been brilliant. He is going to win the race, but as they come out of the final corner, it is Mirko Bortolotti that is your 2024 DTM champion. Bortolotti is the champion. Engstler wins. Rast on the podium as well. Mega job.
I'm so proud to tell you, you are the new DTM champion. Yes, mate!
Onto the roof goes Mirko Bortolotti, the brand new champion, receives the applause from the crowd on the South Bend. He can hardly believe it. He holds his hands in the air. The hard work has paid off. He is the champion of 2024.
Take a bow, Mirko Bortolotti. You've done it. Yeah, René Rast rounds out his season with another podium. And a strong season once again for René. Only second in the BMW. And, you know, we hopefully come back and have another go for a 4th title. He has been superb this year. A win at the Red Bull Ring last time out, a win as well in the middle of the season at the Norris Ring. But Mirko Bortolotti is now on his way for another podium. This is his 5th second place finish of the year. It's his best second place finish of the year because it means the championship title. But the win, fist pumping the air, goes to Luca Engstler. The final round of 2024 belongs to him. A 2nd win of the season for Luca. And in honour of your 2024 DTM champion, Thomas Voss, looking very dapper in his suit, is going to present this wonderful trophy, now engraved with the name of Mirko Bortolotti 2024. He receives hearty congratulations, and here we go, ready for the trophy lift. Yeah! Hang on. Yes! You're the champion.
Yeah, I knew all that weight training was going to pay off in the end. That was a bit of a struggle getting up there. He has driven an hour as well, though, let's face it.
Championship-wise then, Mirko Bortolotti has done it. Kelvin van der Linde slipped back to 12th place on the last lap or so of the race. So 17 points the difference in the end, but the reality, it was much, much closer than that would have you believe all the way through the season. Maro Engel, an excellent 3rd as well. So they are the drivers 2nd and 3rd in the championship. René Rast 4th in the championship. Thomas Preining defending his title 5th in the standings, and Sheldon van der Linde, the 2022 champion, finishing in 6th place as we go back to Verena.